Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Fallout 4 Settlement Building. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to do a basic boat, much like the player home video I did a few weeks back, and I made it so that it is small, but you can make it as big as you want and kind of just build up. So this is going to be a basic tutorial. Anybody should be able to do it. You should be able to do it modded or unmodded. I'm definitely going to be using some mod here. You will see me using place anywhere. You will see me doing snap and build. These are things that I like that help me in my game, but I did the last build unmodded, so just know that it is completely possible with a little bit more time and energy to do this with no mods. So the first thing that you really want to focus on is making a basic outline of how you want the boat to be. I'm just doing a 2x2, but I highly recommend doing 4x4 for everything. You're going to want this to be pretty much double the size of mine if you want it to be functional and have a lot of things going on other than a place for you to sleep and a place for you to just kind of be outside and shooting people off of your main deck. So then I'm going to go on and use the barn walls. The thing about using the barn walls is that you're not going to be able to stand up or get around anywhere on this bottom floor even when you're crouching. So you're going to have to decide if that's going to be something that you want to do or not, and see if there's a way that you can figure out to get around that otherwise. For me, it's pretty much okay that I can't get down there. I make sure that I put the bed close enough to the stairs that I can use it, and I put the containers that I find important close enough that I can use those as well. And that's been pretty good for me so far. So over here, I'm just trying to add it to the second floor. I am making the above deck area, and to do this, you're going to want to take the stairs and just kind of mess around with it until you can find the perfect angle where you can add all these. Obviously, if you have mods, you can kind of mess with it a little bit, use some cheats to get these put down faster, which I did because I was just trying to make a video showing you guys how I made my boat. But when I did it the last time with no mods, I really did have to sit there for a while and take step by step. So to finish this floor, you're going to have to do lots of really irritating things. You're going to have to move the barn wall pieces out of the way quite a few times to fix the floor and get it all nice and straight and fitting the way you want it to. And if you're unlucky like me, the floor pieces will stick out unevenly out of one side of the barn walls. Now you can either just ignore this, fix it with decorations later, which is what I'm going to do, or you can go through and fix every individual piece on the bottom floor one by one and then reattach all the walls. I didn't want to do that, so up to you if you want to do that, but it is totally possible just to cover them with the buoy decorations that you got from the Far Harbor DLC. So now I'm going to go ahead and focus on the outer shell of this boat. We're going to worry about the bedroom area, the walls, and the area that we're going to do around with the fences. So first things first, I want to focus on the bedroom. In my last build, I didn't do an open window because I was worried more about safety, but if safety is not a concern for you, go ahead and use an open window. It is pretty. So I like to focus on using the wood pieces as well. So I'm going to use the wooden back piece, and then I'm going to use the wooden little walls and just kind of glitch those around together. Again, totally works on modded or modded. When I was making this top deck area, I went through quite a few different styles before I decided on what I would end up doing, but ultimately I decided on using a trapdoor and using two small wood pieces and using place anywhere to make it look like it was one of those stairs that you could slide down and make it come down to where you were. Obviously not functional, but looks pretty, and that's a lot of what I'm going for here. So there's a few other things that you could do for this. You could use the actual little stairs so that you could get yourself up, but then your top deck area is going to be really large. So I ended up deciding that I would just let it be not functional, build another set of stairs up to the top to decorate the top, and then not use it for anything. Because since this boat is so small anyway, it's not really going to be used for much. It's not going to serve much of a purpose other than a place for one person to sleep and adding character to the settlement. After adjusting all the walls and getting them exactly where they need to be, it is time for the most important part of this entire build, and that is using the wooden fences. Now you can use any kind of fences that you want. You can use the concrete ones or the ones from the scaffoldings, which also look really nice, but they're not really going to give you that put together look that you get when you use the wooden fence pieces. They really make it look like each part of this boat is together, and since this is a bunch of different pieces that aren't supposed to make a boat, kind of lying making a boat, it really helps when you use multiple pieces from the same sort of things. And since the barn wall pieces are also wood, they're just a different kind of wood than the wood pieces, this all kind of just gets tied together, and especially with decorations, you can really get away with doing a lot of really interesting things with these pieces. Here I wanted to show you two ways that you can use the posts, but I definitely like how this looks better with the posts just directly in the middle of the boat. It just depends on how much room you want to have and what you want to place on your top deck.
I'm left behind, obeyed the line, but always a gone. You for me at the bottom line, I lie afraid. Are we in the same place? Falling. I'll be the wake-up call, I'll be the siren. It's nothing personal, but don't try to fight it.
So this next detail is also really important for making it look like a boat. We're just going to add that little tipped area in the front. So to do this, you're going to use the two half wall pieces, you're going to use the nicer looking wooden ones on the sides, and then the more steel type looking one in the middle right on the inside. I just decided that I would do this because I thought that the side pieces would look nicer than the middle one, but that there would also be some sort of variety included if I did it this way. And then adding a little bit of a fence piece in the front just so you don't fall through into the bottom of the boat is going to be super helpful for you as well. Now to prep putting the boat into the actual water, we're going to use some wooden floor pieces and put them as low as we can without going underneath the water onto the area that we want the boat. So for this one and for the last one I did too, which was double the size, I just needed to use 3 across to fit it on. So just try to use the 3 wooden wall pieces on the floor. If you want to put the boat into the water, you can. If you want it to be slightly sunken and have an unusable bottom floor, that's completely fine. You will be able to, within bounds, get it into the water and stick it there completely fine. But if you want it to look like it could still be running, you're going to want to pay really specific detail to where it is sitting on the water. Now you just delete those floor pieces and you have a boat floating right on the water. If you want to keep everything exactly how it is, go ahead and do that. If not, you're going to want to delete just one of your sections of fence so that you can continue on making an area for people to get onto the boat. Because no one's going to be able to get onto it once it's on the water unless you create some sort of dock. So since we are in the fallout, I made my dock really kind of crazy all over the place. I think it looks cool this way. You can make it more straightforward if you want to, just like a straight line, straight floor pieces with planks, but I thought that this would make it have a little bit more character. And once you're done with this, you've officially created your very own boat in the Commonwealth. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time making this boat, and I really hope that you guys get inspired to do your own builds based off of what I show you here. Let me know what you think of this in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!